Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Donna of Donna Creations and More. Here I have 3 pieces of scrap wood I got free at Home Depot, and I'm doing some organization in my craft room. So I'm going to use these and these popsicle sticks to make little organizational shelves. So here I have some duct tape. I was setting up my resin work area, and I realized I had nothing small enough to put them tiny little bottles on, and I really wanted to be able to hang them up on the back of the of my desk, because it has I guess like a hutch top to it. So I wanted to share with you a way you can make little shelves with some scrap wood. You can even use like the Dollar Tree rollers and glue them together, or get a yardstick roller from Home Depot, or you can just glue 2 rows of popsicle sticks together to make your base. Do like a shiplap design, that would be beautiful. So I'm just cutting the ends off. The very end of each piece of wood, I'm leaving it rounded, just for a little design. You can also take the Dollar Tree signs and cut them down to make your shelving as straight as possible. So now I'm going to fast forward this, because you only need to see me cut one slow. So I'm just taking little pieces of duct tape and tearing it apart and gluing my ends together. And the duct tape is just to hold it in place. If you do the Dollar Tree signs, it's very simple to cut them down with the X-Acto knife and a roller. I would recommend that would be a super cheap way if we didn't want to go the route of making it into a shiplap with the popsicle sticks, or going and buying a yardstick. And then I do this on both sides. Put glue again, and then duct tape to hold it in place while it dries. Make sure it's straight as possible. And then just repeat the process for your remainder shelves that you want. Or Dollar Tree does sell them pieces of wood that are plant shelving. You can cut them down into 3 or 4 strips and glue them together. Just trying to give you many options that would be very cheap to do something like this. So here I just slowed it down some so you can see the process of how I'm taping it and gluing it. Just trying to give you different options. Now if it was me and if I had the time, I would do the shiplap, because that's awesome looking. But you really don't see it. Plus, you see so, how I do to be more cost effective, I would do the Dollar Tree cardboard signs, whatever they're made out of, and some popsicle sticks, because the signs are already long, and just cut them down into strips and use them. I really recommend something like this for all your little stuff that you have, like glitters, or even if little bottles of paint, and you want to have them accessible and not spend a lot of money. Back to the Dollar Tree signs, if you cut them down and even cut the back part thin, you wouldn't even have to use popsicle sticks, and you would have a shelf made out of the Dollar Tree signs. But I'm using this for my resin station, so they will be holding all my alcohol inks and micro powders, and it worked out perfectly. I can't even believe they all freaking fit. That was like super lucky. If I have to make any more shelves, what I'm thinking of maybe adding some to the side of my cabinet, I will do a video on it, and I'm making it with Dollar Tree signs. I really love how it turned out. Depends what you're into. Like, I've even taken like little trim before and had my rubber stamps on my wall back in the day when I was into scrapbooking. I don't recommend anything heavy, only lightweight items. But I put enough glue on these, they are super sturdy, so I let these dry for about 15 minutes. I was being impatient. So this one's still a little wet. I'm removing the duct tape. So that is an option if you wanted to hang your rubber stamps, your wooden ones, up on the wall. That way you could easily get to them. Do like I did back in the day and just go get a long piece of wooden trim from Home Depot and just cut it and nail it to the wall. And I'll let this part stay like this, and then I'll speed it up so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to take more of my Elmer wood glue, and I'm going to put a nice hefty glob. Sorry I keep jumping in. I like to give you guys as many options as possible to be able to do a project. And I don't know why, but when I'm doing voiceovers, all kinds of things come to my head. So I just like to share it with you guys. So I can attach the popsicle sticks, which will be the back. Now the whole purpose of my popsicle stick was so I had a way to hang it. And it looked decent. So as I said, this one's still wet because of the last one I did. So I'm just going to take my extra tape and hold it in place. Since this layer of popsicle sticks isn't as dried as the other ones. I'm sure you can also use foam board too. I don't know how long that would last. I really don't recommend it, but that's another option. And this one's a little bowed. But I can't complain. Free wood. The woman at Home Depot was awesome. She even gave me my card, her card. Told me to come back anytime if I want free wood. I told her I'd do YouTube. Her name was Lauren. She was the manager of the Home Depot. So, Lauren, thank you very much for giving me this free wood. And look what I made with it. Just 3 scraps that was out of your trash can. She was super kind. She walked all the way back to the store, gathered up all the materials I wanted, walked me to the front of the store, let the cashier people know that she was giving me these items so it didn't take up space in their trash can. So again, thank you so much, Lauren. I really, really appreciate it. You were wonderful that day, and there should be more people like you in this world. Because when I was talking to the wood guy in the back, I didn't see nothing that was marked down I could use. And then I saw this in the wood cutting section, and I asked him, he's like, no, no, no. I'm like, can I buy it? No, no, no. I'm like, oh my goodness. Then he's like, well, go ask the manager if you can have it. I was like, fine, I will. And she was so nice. So you just want to make sure you have them pretty much leveled. Or they're drying. Because you don't want your shelves crooked. So now I'm going to speed this up. Okay, so speeding it up so we can just repeat this process. And then once I was done with this, I let it sit and dry for a while. I think like a half an hour. And here I am just taking stuff from my kitchen, like, what the heck can I use to prop these up and keep them straight? So I'm just reinforcing it with some more of the glue where all the popsicle sticks meet. So let's review the other options I have said in this video. One, you can do it out of all popsicle sticks and do a shiplap design. Or two, you can use the poster board, which I really don't recommend. Three, you can use the wood planter trays and cut them down. Four, you can use the Dollar Tree signs, which I totally recommend because I've even made planter boxes out of them. And then I take my spices out of my spice store because they're square and use them to hold it in place while it's drying. And that's what I do. Now we are back. And I'm taking a bead of the Elmer glue, wood glue, sorry. And at first I just rub my finger across it like you're caulking. And I have a wet paper towel. And I'm just going to run that across the seam to really secure it in and fill in all the gaps. Oh boy, this app is acting crazy again. And then I will repeat this for the next other two. Now, so if my voice is off over here or something, it's the app, not me. So then I sit there and let them dry overnight. Here I'm going to take my drill, it's a small drill bit. And I'm going to drill holes into the back, which is my popsicle sticks. And I try to line up all three pieces of wood so each hole lines up as I install them on my wall. Actually, when I went to install them, decided that I was going to use thumbtack, but for some reason I could not find them at this moment. I guess in this Craftroom move, they are MIA, like a lot of other things. I got all my holes done here, and then I have some white acrylic paint, and I'm going to be doing a whitewash, but my new way of doing it is with a baby wipe. So much easier. So that's what we're going to do. I have some really old paint here, super thick. First I grabbed the paintbrush and I was going to use the brush to like brush it on. Then rub it in. Then I said forget it. So what I do is I do like this. I like have gloves in certain spots. And I take my baby wipe and rub it all in. And then I keep like messing with it through the video to give it more of like, I don't know, more of a peck to it. But it turned out really good. So here's where I was like, forget the brush. I'm just going to dip my baby wipe in the paint. Because this edge is really, oh, how do I explain it? It's like compressed wood together. I don't know what type of wood, but you can see the layers. So I'm trying to fill that in. Now I was going to do, and this is an option if you did something like this, to be super cute, is take them Dollar Tree necklaces, beaded necklaces in the party section, and put them in a baggie with some paint and mix it around and hang them with a paper clip from a string from the ceiling or whatever you have, and let them air dry and glue them on the very edge. That would look adorable. If you wanted to give it some more detail, just an option, something I thought of, but I was thinking about maybe doing something like that, but it looks fine once it's installed, and I'm not going to do that. But I did have that option in my head. So I do end up doing everything on these sticks, painting all sides except for the very back where the duct tape is, and I'm going to leave that on. You're not going to see it, and so there's still some more reinforcement. And here's where I discovered if you squeeze it on, you get more of a little bit more thickness and texture. So then I started doing that. You can never add too much because you can wipe it off with the baby wipe. So once I realized that, I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna squeeze it right on here and make it even super quicker. I love the way they turned out. Very practical. I'm organizing my craft room on a cheap budget. Very low income. I'd rather buy scratch supplies than organization supplies. So if I can make it, or use something I have, or get it cheap at the thrift store, that's what I'm gonna do, or free. And that's what I've been doing. I have a whole series on my craft room makeover. Right now I'm on video number 5. And that's where I am making these for. To set up my resin station, my supplies, since I'm going to learn resin. Which now I want to make shelves out of the Dollar Tree sign, because I'm now collecting paste for resin. So here's my free desk area. It don't have a backing, don't care, free desk, that's my wall. And I'm just going to install these. And then the side, that wasn't working too well. Add some double-sided tape to it to hold it in place. Then I realized I don't have enough double-sided tape to do all 3. So I did this one, the whole thing, with double-sided tape, and then I nailed it into the wall. And I added more holes than I actually used nails, but I can't even see the holes because of the paint. But I only put 3 nails in each shelf. So then I got these cute little lights at Amazon, which I really love. It was a 3-pack, just what I needed. They're motion sensor where you can leave them on, so, and they just use a sticker and it sticks on and it's magnetized. So I just added that to my station. And I'll be using them at my jewelry station and over my final reveal area. Also, I will link them in the description box if you're interested. And so now I have this handy dandy little tool that came with my Walmart shelves that hold nails. I'm going to use that because it's really hard to hold these little tiny nails. Also, I am an Amazon associate, so if you click on the link and add it to your cart, I will earn a small percentage from the sale. So I'm just adding some more double-sided tape. And we're going to install this one. You don't even need double-sided tape. You could use those little square booms, sticky double-sided things from Dollar Tree. I only use it to hold it in place, so that was like extra hands for me while I installed them, just to make this project easier on myself. And then I will show you what I'm using these shells for. I was having a hard time with that corner. So here's all my alcohol inks. And I'm really going to passport all this as I decorate these shells. Okay. So I had like no clue what all came in this box, but I'm going to be using these little shells for all my alcohol inks and my micro powders. But right now I'm just hurry up and separating them. Well, to you it's hurry up, but to me it wasn't. It took me forever to do this. I had to do the rainbow thing to make it look nice and have all my colors together. I have regular alcohol ink, I have metallic alcohol ink, and this is just the regular, and it came with a few metallics. Depending what you made them out of, this would be great to store your little paint bottles, your glitter, all your little tiny accessories, even your nail polishes. The possibilities are endless when it comes to these little tiny thin shells. Now I had to move them all so I can make room for my micro powders. So I moved all my alcohol inks onto the first two shelves. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my micro powders and put them in the beautiful rainbow category. I came so lucky that everything fit. Guess it was meant to be. I'm gonna have to go when I go back to Home Depot, show the woman. And the final reveal. If you would like to buy me coffee or leave me a tip to help me out on buying some resin supplies and other craft supplies, here's my tip jar through PayPal and also my Buy Me a Coffee link. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe, like, and share. Sending crafty hugs to all my crafty friends. So just find things to prop them up with. Just while the glue sets and dries. That one piece just really bothered me because it's like bowed. And I'm trying to push it downward. So I end up taking some more wood glue, and on all the pieces that I joined together, the little popsicle stick, I'm just going through and adding some more glue onto it while it's sitting here drying. I want this to be pretty sturdy. And I'll probably make it pretty simple to hang up. Just like drill some little poly holes, and it's like, you know how like the back of your TV stands and entertainment centers come with like cardboard. So I think I'm just going to hang it up with thumbtacks. Unless I find some really little screws or some little nails. Maybe some little nails. They're more stronger than thumbtacks. I don't know. We'll see. See what look I'm going for. See how it goes. I'll figure it out when I get there. So trying to find things to hold it to prop it up. This is when I start hitting into my cabinet. I'm like, okay, some breadcrumbs. And then I grabbed that spice jar and I was like, oh yeah, my spices. So here I am, my nice little organized spice drawer. And I'm gonna grab all my little spice jar bottles. And that's what we're gonna use to hold these in place. They work out perfect because they're nice and square. And then I'll let this sit and we'll come back. And do some more to it once this is dried some. I'm just lining them all up, making sure I press them all together to keep all my wood straight as possible. Okay, we are back. I put all my spice jars away. Now I'm just taking my wood glue and running it along the seam and rubbing it in like I would if I was caulking it. That way there's no gaps, and these popsicle sticks are not coming off. I'm going to take a damp paper towel, just like if I was caulking it, and just rub off the excess and press the wood glue in. And there's number 1 done. See that gap that's in between the wood and the popsicle sticks? That's what we're filling in. So you can see it really good there. We're just filling in that seam with wood glue. And then taking our damp paper towel, I'm just going to press it in and wipe the excess off. And don't stop like I just did and make a mess. You cannot stop. Okay, we have all 3 done. Now we're just going to let them sit and dry, and we will come back, finish them up, install them, and start putting our supplies on them.